Welcome to Malacca, Malaysia's historical red city. We're here for 48 hours and we have some exciting things planned. However, it didn't start quite as we'd hoped.
Hello and welcome to the video. We are on Jonker Walk today. We're in Malacca. It is absolutely tipping it down. So I bought myself a nice new purple umbrella and we're going to have a little bit of an explore if the weather allows us to. And there's so much I've got planned for us to do today, but I'm concerned on the weather front. So we're going to try our best to film as much as we possibly can and take in Malacca today, but we'll see how we get on. Oh my God! What are we saying?
This is not how we planned our start to Malacca. Coming in yesterday, it was really nice and we were like so excited to get out, but then we had insane thunderstorms during the night and now it's just downpouring. So we found cover in Geographer, which is an amazing little restaurant just on the main Jonker Walk. We're having a cold beer here, grabbing some food, and we're hoping that the rain will pass. If not, it's going to be a very wet video.
So I saw as I walked in, it's always good as you walk in, wow, listen to that thunder, crazy. So it's always a good idea when you come in to have a look what other people are eating, and I spotted a lady having this. It looked absolutely amazing. I have ordered myself pineapple prawn rice and it smells really good, and even one of the restaurant staff came over and said it might be a little bit spicy, so hopefully the taste is really good. Oh wow, there's like a fruity amount of pineapple in it, a nice bit of spice. It's really yummy. Really good.
So the rain has finally cleared up and we have made it to Dutch Square, the famous Dutch Square here in Malacca. As you can see, all the buildings around me are red, and this place was colonised by the Dutch in 1641 and it was under Dutch rule pretty much for 183 years, with British colonial rule in between that here and there. The Portuguese also colonised this place, so it's got a bit of Portugal, a bit of Britain, a bit of Dutch, all mixed in there. It's quite European colonialism, but mainly Dutch, and this whole square here is inspired by the Dutch. And just to my right here is the famous Christian church, which was built in 1753, also by the Dutch, and that stands proudly here in the centre of the Dutch square.
I know why it's Dutch and Portuguese, because the Portuguese settled here, but then the Dutch came over and took over. So the Portuguese, they built several buildings for their own purposes. Some of them still remain here.
I need no purpose.
So it's pretty crazy. We just stepped inside and it's actually this year 270 years old. So it's its anniversary this year. So it's quite crazy looking around and going inside and seeing all of this history. And it feels really weird that it's quite Dutch-like here, nearly like Amsterdam, slightly in some weird kind of form on the other side of the world. In Malacca, it feels really Dutch.
Run away to your escape.
After Dutch Square, we took a walk down Malacca's famous Jonker Street that was founded by Malaysia's father of bodybuilding, Dr. Gan Boon Leong. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and I'm sure we'll be visiting here more than once. This time we were just passing through as we're on our way to try another thing famous in Malacca, cendol. We made it and we found cendol Kampung Hulu, which was recommended to us by our Grab driver when we first got to Malacca, and we found it. It's just right beside the river I've gone for the original cendol. Malacca is famous for this. We've tried the one in Penang, Georgetown, so I'm going to compare and I'm going to see which one I think's better. So there's a lovely bit of ice cream on top, which is different to Penang. Kidney beans in there. Got to mix it up a little bit. Some shaved ice. Oh, it looks so good. Right, here we go. Here we go. Get a nice big spoonful. Okay, first impressions. Wow. It's so hot today, I'm sweating. And this is going to be the perfect icy treat. So far I'm going to give the win to Malacca. That cendol is excellent, and if you come to Malacca, you need to come here.
We've ordered a mango cendol as well, and a cocktail one for me and the girls to try. Wow, this mango is really, really fresh. Really nice. The mixture in. Wow. Really nice. With the added ice cream, it makes it really nice and creamy, and I'm not a massive ice cream fan, but this is really, really yummy.
That cendol was amazing. I'm going to give it a solid 10 out of 10. I am. It was really, really good. So that was Cendol Kampung Hulu. If you're in Malacca, make sure you come here. It's the #1 spot for cendol. So day 1 of our 48 hours in Malacca is almost done, but we've got one more thing to do, and we're going to go there now.
Okay, so the last thing we're going to do today on our first day of our 48 hours in Malacca is we're going to get on a river cruise. We've been told to do this at night time, but in the short amount of time that we are here, I think we can only kind of squeeze it in right now. So we're here waiting to get on board. I'm quite excited to go down the river. We've walked along it to get to here, and it looks really interesting. So I'm really excited to sit on the boat and see all the views of Malacca from the river.
So we thought that it might actually be quieter like at this time, which is about nearly 6 o'clock. It gets busy around 7, 8 o'clock, we're told, and that's when all like the lights come on for the river. But we thought it'd be a little bit quieter, but there was a bit of a queue when we turned up, so it's obviously quite a big attraction, and one that you've got to kind of do if you come to Malacca, I think. So we're going to tick that off. The total cost for all of us was 135 ringgit. I think it was 30 ringgit for adults, 25 for children, but you had to pay for 2 and up. Usually we squeeze Bella in for free, but we had to pay for her, so it was a little bit more, but hopefully it'll be worth it. And after a chronic downpour of rain this morning, the sun really did come out and brighten everything up for our first fantastic day here in Malacca. This river cruise rounded it off nicely, and we were excited for day 2. Hello and welcome to day 2 of being in Malacca, our second day of our 48 hours in Malacca. We are back on Jonker Walk today, and look at the difference in the weather. There is hardly any clouds in the sky, no sign of rain at all today, so hopefully that will long continue. We are down Jonker Walk again. We're going to go check out the Chinese temples in the daytime today. Come on. We've had a lovely morning here walking up and down Jonker Street and going in these temples. This particular one we've just been in is 218 years old, right in the centre of Jonker Street. It's so amazing in there, all the decoration, really, really nice in there. Let me just grab my breath. We've just walked a little bit up a hill, but we are about to make the ascent to
St. Paul's Church. This is the oldest church in Malacca, and it's Portuguese, and I can't wait to see it, but I have been told it's quite a bit of a walk up. We've literally gone a little bit of a way up, and I'm out of breath already, so let's go and hike it up.
So we've made it up to the top of the hill. It's such a scorcher today. I'm literally dripping with sweat, but I can see the sea from where we are, which is pretty nice. And behind me is St. Paul's Church, which is the oldest church in the whole of Malaysia, which is incredible. That temple that we're at, the Buddhist temple we're at this morning, that was 218 years old. This is just over 500 years old. It was built in 1521 by the Portuguese, and it sits right at the top of the hill here in Malacca. It's just incredible to see.
Wow, so that was really, really interesting. It's quite incredible how there is the Dutch and the Portuguese tombstones in there, because the Portuguese actually built it, but then the Dutch came over and took over. So it's quite interesting, and it would be nice to know a little bit more about it with the Protestants and the Catholics, because I know that the Portuguese were Catholics, but then the Dutch came over and they were Protestants, so it's quite interesting to see that they both worshipped at this church, and they've both buried people of importance to them in this specific place.
I've got to say, Malacca has really surprised me. It's so historical and it feels really European. It's strange. There's so much to see here, and it's definitely worth a visit. We're about to go back now, just about to jump in a grab. We're going to freshen up because we've got the final bit of this video to film, but it doesn't start until the night. So we're going to go back, freshen up, and we'll tune in with you soon.
Okay, so we're all freshened up, we're out and about, and it's at night time, and we're going to take on Jonker Walk at night time. We've been told this is when Malacca comes alive. It's Friday night, it looks super busy, it's all lit up. We haven't seen it look like this at all. We've been up and down it a couple of times in the daytime, haven't seen it look like this, but I can't wait to see what the stalls have to offer and what it is like down there at night time on a Friday night.
So basically the whole of Jonker Walk, which we've been up a few times, is completely taken over by a huge market. There's stalls down each side, there's people everywhere, and they're literally selling everything from like toys, sweets, to like quail eggs being fried, sausages, like drinks, all sorts. It's pretty mad here to see this. Like, we would have never thought it was like this by coming down here during the day, but it's insane. But this is only on a Friday night, a Saturday night, maybe a Sunday night, I don't know. But pretty crazy, cool experience though.
We have bought some dragon beard candy. I'm not quite sure what it's going to taste like, but there's candy in the name, so Scarlett wanted it. So therefore I'm going to let her try it first. To me, they look like worms wrapped in their own silk, or little mummies.
It's big.
What does it taste like?
Peanuts. It's very sticky with the web, and kiwi. It's very yummy.
So I've just spotted this really cool dessert. I think it's a dessert. It's like a nitrogen dessert. It's called a Dino X. We're gonna give it a go. Wow.
Let's have a look.
Look at that. Literally, it's freezing my hands. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna give it a go.
Oh my goodness.
It's so cool. What even is this? I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is, but this is the craziest thing I've ever eaten.
But the stick. It's coming out your nose.
So that is the famous Jonker Walk market. It's pretty hectic in there. We had some crazy treats, like stuff I've never even seen before. I don't know whether it was like specific to this place or some lunatics just decided to sell some crazy stuff. We tried it anyway, it was pretty cool. That is going to bring an end to our Malacca 48-hour video. So I hope you've picked up some things from this. If you come here, there's some cool things to try. Make sure you give them a go. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and we shall see you in the next one.